Do you know for how long does an appraisal stay? If you don't, today you will. I have a lot of buyers and sellers lately asking me how long does that appraisal last in that property. Let's start with the seller. Some of the sellers, most sellers, hire a real estate agent to sell the house. The real estate agent will pull the comparables, the sales comparables around the area to find out some, like give or take, how much does your property is worth. But do you know that when we get to the loan process, if we get the appraised value, that's what we have to go for. Not in this market much, because now we can bid a little bit higher and get some of that cost in, but most like it, yes, we have to go by the appraised value. Some of the real estate agents advise the sellers that if they're not sure, or the real estate agent, depending on the condition of the property, find out that maybe this house needs a little bit or this, it could be okay for FHA or could not be okay for FHA, but could be okay for a conventional loan, then it's better to hire an appraiser. The appraiser on the side, not by the lender, will help you find out if this house meets the perfect guidelines for them to put in the market as an FHA or conventional or cash only offer. It's very important for you as a seller to find out how it is. A good real estate agent is going to tell you and guide you on this process. For how long this appraisal stays? Usually it's about 90 days. You want to know how the market housing reacts within that time. You can keep it as a seller and find out exactly how much is your house worth. Remember, the appraisal is an opinion of the appraiser. It's not always going to be the same, or it's not always going to come back at the same price that somebody appraised it, but it's a good guide that you can have so you can put your house on the listing market at a better pricing. Buyers, if you are purchasing a home on an FHA loan, you pay for that appraisal to go through the lender. You pay that appraisal, and that property or that appraisal stays attached to the FHA case number that is attached to that property. Meaning that just in case you decided to cancel, that escrow falls apart, that appraisal stays in the property for 90 days. Whoever is buying the property next, if you end up not buying it, then that person has to go with that appraisal, or that buyer has to go by that appraisal. The value doesn't change. The conditions of the property do not change. They remain attached to the property and attached to the FHA case number. Now, if you purchase a house as an FHA and you purchase that property, and for some reason you delay the close of escrow, you can keep that appraisal for up to 90 days. 90 days is the day, 90 days is the timeline. If you finance the loan on a conventional loan, which is Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac, it also remains for 90 days. Now, on this one, it's not attached to the property. If you end up not buying that property and somebody else comes in, another lender is going to request another or a brand new appraisal on that property. That's something that you can keep in mind. Not always it stays the same. Some lenders, yeah, they could accept that lender, but it has to go through their appraisal team department and review it. It's up to the lender, it's up to the investor. Okay, I hope this helps.